Hi, welcome to Field Engineering. I am your host, JD Brake. With me again is the wonderful Phil Kimball. And Phil, we're going to kind of have a little conversation today about zoning. And there's a lot of misconceptions that go into zoning. And one of the things that technicians need to, I guess, have some sort of mindset that, you know, almost any house should have zoning. So we're going to talk about some scenarios. When a tech walks into a house and immediately it's a two-story home, Phil, what's always the issue with a two-story house?
Well, as you know, heat rises and cooling falls,
Yep.
which is one of our biggest demises in the HVAC industry. I wish it went the other way.
Exactly.
So typically in the summertime, it's 8 to 10 degrees warmer upstairs than it is downstairs. And the reason for that is where the thermostat is located.
Mm-hmm.
Thermostats only control the temperature where they're located.
In the space.
Because of both internal and external loads on a home or a building. That's where we see all this temperature deviation and people aren't comfortable. So zoning, obviously, can benefit comfort levels in homes, in commercial buildings,
Right.
just about in all internal dwellings.
Absolutely. And then there's a whole bunch of types of different zoning, right? I mean, we've got a Honeywell board, we've got our an IO HVA systems board, but I guess what type of homes do you recommend for a specific type of zoning? I.e., I know there's like retrofit versus new construction. There's also, you know, a lot of the older homes, it's hard to get to the ductwork, and that's a lot of times key is what kind of access do you have to your ductwork?
Ductwork is everything. First of all, a lot of older homes may not even have forced air heating. It can be hydronic systems, hot water heat, radiators. They can be zoned, but this isn't the business that we're in.
Right.
You can put zone valves on radiators. It's the same concept, but what we do in our industry is forced air zoning. So you have to have a forced air system.
Right.
Now, you may have a home with a slab. In other words, the ductwork, everything was put in and they poured the slab, and you can't access the ductwork. If you can't access the ductwork, which means the trunk line, the branch lines that are serving the individual rooms,
Right.
you're going to have difficulty trying to zone a house. There are some applications that can be applied to that. Zone registers, for example.
Okay.
Take
Yeah,
the
tell
place
us
of
about
the regular register. You can put a zone register in, and you can create a zoning system that way. But you have to look at being able to access the ductwork. If you can't, zone control is going to become very difficult. Retrofitting a home with zoning. I've seen basements where the ductwork at one time was exposed. Now you have a beautiful recreation room or a family room downstairs, and they got sheetrock.
Ooh.
You need to look at that and say, well, if the homeowner doesn't mind cutting access hatches in a beautiful sheetrock ceiling, and maybe putting some decorative trim around it, we certainly wouldn't recommend just saying, well, we could zone your house and tearing out their ceiling.
Right.
So you got to be able to get to that ductwork. That's absolutely important. The other thing is running wire. Now, today it's a little easier because we have wireless thermostats. So in the application where I got a two-story home, I wouldn't necessarily have to run additional thermostat wire to that upstairs. I could use a wireless thermostat.
Right.
To communicate back to a zoning panel that would control a damper. But accessing the ductwork is important because if I can't get a damper in to control the conditioned air into a space or to shut the damper off when the space is satisfied, it's not going to work.
Right. Also, Phil, real quick, is there any, I guess, kind of wisdom or any kind of, you know, helpful hints for a contractor that they're walking into a zoning scenario that they should absolutely kind of be cognizant of and really make sure that they hone in and get a good understanding before they start recommending zoning?
Well, if the application for zoning applies itself to, you know, they can get to the ductwork, they can access things. First of all, the equipment has to be sized properly. That's very important. the ductwork design needs to be right. Zone control isn't going to fix poor HVAC design issues. If you're undersized in your ductwork, or you're not being able to move enough air, let's say upstairs, well, a zone control system isn't going to improve that. We can definitely help improve things.
Right.
But good ductwork design, good equipment design, that's all an important factor. And then when you apply zone control, you really have improvements.
Right.
You can reduce that issue of, I'm too hot over here and I'm too cold over there.
Yeah.
But HVAC design is important in any type of application, even if you're not using zone control. But if you try to apply zoning as a band-aid to fix bad design in the first place, well, no one's going to be happy.
Exactly. Unfortunately, a lot of that's out there. I mean,
Yes.
I know we had one return in my house upstairs, one supply in our large master bedroom in the interior walls. So zoning would not have really made that much of a difference,
No.
but because the contractor did a great job, they punched in some supplies, added a return, we got way better airflow, and we've never been more comfortable. So it absolutely works, and we don't want you to be afraid and shy away from that. You guys should be talking about zoning every opportunity you get. And if you have any questions or want some helpful hints or set up a training with us at Jackson, please contact us, 888-652-9663, or you can send us an email at info@jacksonsystems.com. Thank you for watching. I've been JD Brake, your host, with Phil Kimball here for Field Engineering. Thank you guys for watching. We hope to see you again.
Have a good day.